What's going on, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of The Rec Report. This is Season 2, Episode 2
Yes, sir.
of The Rec Report. Today we have Anthony Jackson, Tactical Everyday Dad, and of Damn Designs here for us today. So we got a bunch of his cool stuff, so stick around for all that and much, much more.
Hey, what's up?
All right, Anthony, dude, thank you so much. If you guys don't know, Anthony is up in Michigan. What city are you out of?
So we're based out of Westland, Michigan. So it's about 20 minutes west of Detroit.
Okay. So he made the drive this morning to come down to Columbus to be with us today. Anthony is one of our OG customers, one of our awesome clients. And, you know, came to Blade with us, hung out at Blade with us. It was really cool to get to know you more there.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate you and all that you do for us. You also have a YouTube channel.
I do. It's tacticaleverydaydad.com. Tactical Everyday Dad. And the reason I started that channel is because I had a toddler at the moment. And with having children, you kind of don't have enough money to, you know, splurge on luxuries and stuff like knives when you're looking at $3, $4, $5 knives.
Yep.
So I want to start a channel where I can help EDC parents kind of pinpoint which knife they should buy. Because everybody out there that in the EDC community has bought a knife and looked at it and like, crap, I really shouldn't have bought this because it's not for me. And then now I can't return it because I cut a piece of paper with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wanted to show everybody what it does, how it functions. I don't want to put any frills in it. I was just straightforward. This is what it looks like. This is what it, it's made out of, the size. This is how it cuts.
Yep.
And then if you want to get this, cool. If not, don't worry about it. I'm just here to help you. You know, I'm not here to tell anybody to buy anything.
Exactly.
And then, so I started the channel in April. And then the same day I started, I looked at my wife. I was like, I got to go to Blade Show because if I'm going to get my name out there in the channel, I got to talk to everybody. And that's where I met you guys, which you guys kind of brought me in like one of your own. And I really appreciate you guys for doing that. Like, it was awesome. I was lost the first day. I was just walking around in a circle.
I was lost.
I think I walked 22,000 steps that day because I kept circling it. And I didn't talk to anybody. I just kept looking and then came to you guys to do a little break and then went back and circled again.
Yeah.
So, and long story short, after that, I started sketching my own knives.
Oh, yeah.
And then I became friends with Adrian D'Souza, who is the owner and maker for all the Damn Designs gear. That's how I got involved with that company, and now I do all the fulfillment in the United States for him.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So, as you can see, Anthony's got some chops. And if you guys are interested, check out his YouTube channel. It'll obviously all be linked down below. He's doing reviews and overviews on stuff, but he's an actual user. He's not just a collector. He's not just taking it out of the box, flipping it around, and then giving you guys a review. He's a user. He's out there actually working with his tools and giving you guys a more well-informed kind of review. Because, you know, we're not a review channel. We're just here for y'all's entertainment. We're not experts. We're just 2 and sometimes 3 idiots that love knives. Anthony, on the other hand, he's out there, he's rocking with them, and he's using them. So I trust this man's opinion. And designing them now. So check out his channel. There you go.
All right, so you brought quite a few things with you here. Let's start out with the Damn Design stuff because they've got things from knives to fidget toys to
pry bars.
Knuckles. Let's see what you got.
Can't call them Nux.
Oh, yeah, sorry. One finger fidget tools.
Paperweights, cigar
Yes, exactly.
holders. So this is the Babushka. It's our newest paperweight.
Yeah.
You might want to call it. I just kind of want to get your first impression of that beautiful thing. It's
awesome.
Been teased a lot. Was delayed a little bit because of just how everything is during the holiday season. We finally got them. The first wave sold out immediately. We have another wave coming through.
Yeah, it's not shocking.
So it's very sought after. So if you guys want, just go on damndesigns.com and just keep a lookout But we'll have them up pretty soon, and I will be personally shipping it to you.
That's really cool. That is, yeah, that's a cool personal touch. And so, is this one brass?
Yes.
Yeah, I
So-
like the weight on this one.
I love the brass the most just because it's very heavy. We have brass, titanium, copper, and then Zurich. I can't say it. Zurich.
Yes, yeah, Zurich. That's the easy way to go about it.
Yeah, we do have some in Zurich Cuddy as well, but not as much as the other ones. And this is just the original Tombstone. It was his predecessor. That's also in brass for you.
Yeah, and the first time I saw one of the Tombstones was our sharpener Cole, who we talk about a lot. We'll eventually get him here on a video, but you know, he's just so damn busy actually sharpening and actually working on like people like us. So he has one of these, and I think his is Zurich. It's a more of a black mirror polish kind of deal, so I think that's the Zurich one. He was putting together a fully Zurich EDC at the time, so. Yeah, his collection is awesome. We'll get him in here eventually, but I trust Cole's judgment on stuff like this because he's been to some really cool high-end stuff. So when he pulled one of these into the store, I knew it was pretty sweet, and I really do like this one.
And one thing about all of them from Dan Designs is that they're so distinct. You see one of these out of a pile of brass knuckles or whatever.
Paperweights.
These ones stick out.
Yes.
And they're just so cool and just different. The fact that they've got the design on the front and then you push it through.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty neat. Then you're ready to go.
Yep, those things are awesome. What else you got, my friend?
So I got a couple of fidget stuff. Let's do this one first. This is the drop, again, in titanium or brass copper. What this is kind of a 3-in-1. You have the kind of clicker slider thingy, and then you also have a magnetic slide on the back right here, and then it's kind of a worry stone.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Like a little keychain.
Yep.
Be a
Yep.
heavy
You put it right there.
I
in your
really
pocket.
like this one because you almost get that like fidgetiness of running an OTF.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like without pulling a knife out in front of people, so you could be on a public transportation running this back
take
and
that on
forth.
an airplane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So you get all that satisfaction of running a OTF switch, and yeah, I really like all these magnetic fidget toys. These things are awesome.
Well, let's
this
stick with the
part
magnets.
is super smooth.
This is the Oasis Light. So what this is again is a worry stone, and you kind of have 2 text rings. There's basically 12 magnets, and you use it kind of as a slider. It wasn't designed this way, but I like to just click it down. It kind
that's
of gives
cool.
you that like audible.
Kind of like a paper clip.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I like this one. This is probably one of my favorite ones.
This one's by far my favorite.
so those will be here shortly. I don't have an exact time, and then we'll also have.
prototype.
Yes. Yep. And then we will have the full Oasis 2, which is a 4-in-1. I forgot to bring one. Sorry, Adrian. Well, it's a slider just like that, the worry stone, but then you have a spinner and a clicker.
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
All built into one. Adrian, before I even met him, I knew him from the kind of fidget toy.
Yeah.
He's more the high-end fidget guys, and he has ones that are just like, it's mind-blowing what he like puts into one package. So the Oasis is awesome. He had a Kickstarter, and it sold out. Not sold out. It fully was funded in 24 hours, but then was times 4 in a week.
That's
So-
insane.
insane.
Yep.
Yeah, the EDC community, they're super accepting of new things, and these are definitely worthy of that. I just like the different directions you can pop this NBA
Yeah.
magnets.
Yeah.
Like you can literally do anything with it.
And
It
you can even
doesn't come
flip it
apart.
around, and the magnets still kind of like are synced to each other. You know how sometimes
It's
the
insane.
players,
they'll bounce
the
off
players
each
bounce
other.
off. Yep.
Yeah, these things are really, really cool. How about that pry down
Oh,
there?
this guy. So this is a prototype. I don't have the exact one. This is the Sidekick XL, and then on the prototype is a magnetic door. However, on the production, there is now a hinge right here, so when you open
That's
it,
cool.
you won't lose this door.
That's even better.
You can put 2 full-size bits in it. Get this out, load it into the back, and you can also load it this way as well, kind of like more of a wrench style.
Yeah, I like that 90 degrees.
I have no idea, and I don't think we're actually gonna go with these.
I did like the color on those. Those are pretty sweet.
It's kind of neat.
But you can tell it's a prototype because it's just like a
Yeah.
straight up magnetized
Yep.
on the bottom.
And then this also has a level on it, inches and centimeters. 5 inches, I believe, and I don't know what the centimeters is equivalent to 5 inches. So
You know,
too sure.
we'll
who knows?
just leave it there. And of course, your usual pry, and then the XL and the normal size will have the pocket clip, and then the mini is just a tiny little guy that still holds 1 bit.
Okay.
And as well as the medium size one will only have 1 bit too.
Yeah, that one, I like that larger size, and the level is something that you really almost never see.
Yeah, I've never seen a level, but it's actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
That it's a really, really good idea, and it's visible from both sides,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And it's shockingly light for how big it is. Because form factor wise, like this is as big as like a ProTech Malibu closed.
It is neat, though, 'cause you don't need a solid piece of titanium.
No.
The fact that there's the bit drivers in the back and then the level in the front takes away a lot of that weight.
Yeah, this thing is really, really nice. I'm excited to see what people will do in the future with Pryes, just because there's so many directions you can go now, instead of just having like a pry and a bottle opener like what you see with everything. So the level was a really, really cool idea, and it looks like it's actually replaceable if you were to end up breaking it or something. That's really, really cool.
I feel like there's so many people making knuckles and making pry bars and making all this stuff, and just so many companies doing it. And the only way that people are gonna know who you are is to stick out.
Yeah.
And Dan Designs really fulfills that.
Yeah, but
I like it.
Adrian said if he can't sell these, he's gonna stop making stuff because this is so innovative.
Yes, yeah, seriously.
little inside joke. Sorry, Adrian Voss was supposed to say that. But.
Yeah, we do that a lot here on the Rec Report. Say things we're not supposed to say.
See, that's actually my favorite one too. I can't stop putting it down.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll be sitting at my desk and my wife's like, "What is that clicking noise?" I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Look, at least it's on a knife.
It'd be very devastating if you lost half, though.
Yo, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
But the magnets are strong enough where if you drop that, which I have,
Yep.
there's a mark on there, it won't fly apart.
That's cool. That's sweet.
You guys sell halves?
We should actually. I'm thinking.
That would be smart.
We'll put
Bro,
that,
you're a genius.
We'll put that in the recommendation box.
Yep. Yep.
All right, what do we have next?
So these just came out from a pre-order. These are the Daijin XLs. I did that horribly, and which doesn't do it justice because these are amazing. Wow, I can't do that right now.
We'll cut it. There it is.
Hold on, let me do it again. There we go.
She is.
So it's a front flipper. He calls it the XL, but I wish it was called the double XL because it's massive compared to the original, and I didn't bring one. Yeah. So these are in 14C28N with G10. We also have S35 VN versions with titanium.
Yo.
And then also,
Yeah.
Yep, also the Oni, which is more of the Tonto shape.
Nice.
So let's see, you guys have those.
Yeah,
I like the fact that you have the whole and the front flipper. So if it's just the front flipper, I feel like there's people where it wouldn't appeal to as much. But
Exactly.
the fact that you have both. So when you need to open it, you got the flick.
Yeah.
But when you're just practicing your front flipper skills, you have the front flipper. Best
You did
of
that
both
pretty
worlds.
smooth.
And you see,
Yeah,
he like,
Yeah, that was pretty smooth.
he flicked that like a pro too, like the Spidey flick on that.
So when I first saw this, when you brought it in, what this made me think of was a manual Microtech stitch. You know, like it has that thumb ramp. It even has like a similar like thumb hole opening or Spidey flick opening mechanism to it. And I've always looked at that. I know you can get a Borka stitch, but they're like $4,000.
Ridiculous.
You know, so I think this is going to be really, really cool.
Because of how much thinner it is compared to the Microtech one.
That's true. It is super thin, and it's actually quite thin behind the edge down here.
Yeah, looks
It's
pretty
a great
slicey.
slicer. Oh yeah.
And 14C28N is seeing a huge resurgence in
Yes, it
EDC gear right now, which I think is cool because that steel does not get enough love. Really, a lot of those like Safety Razor OG EDC steels, they're coming back around. AEBL is another one that I'm thinking of.
I can't wait to see the titanium and S45 one.
Yeah, dude, you need to bring that in.
I should have.
Well, hey, we'll show it. You know, if we don't do another video before, then we'll show it off at one of our Blade Show videos. How about that?
Or when we get the new studio, you'll come back. We'll do an
Definitely.
updated
Yeah,
video.
absolutely.
So these will actually be dropping again. The first wave is done. The second wave will be here soon.
Okay.
And then if we run out, Blade HQ will also be carrying some. And
Gotcha.
pretty soon, hopefully, Rec will be carrying it.
I hope so.
So, what's the best way for people to stay up to date on these drops? Is it the Instagram or?
I would say Instagram.
Okay.
And then just kind of check into the website, sign
Okay.
up for the email. That's probably the two quickest ways to do it. Or your buddy on Facebook might just post a picture up because.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll link to the Damn Design Instagram as well because I want people to be in the loop because I know drops can be frustratingly difficult to hop on, especially when it's hot stuff.
All right, so since we're talking about the XLs, the minis are coming out pretty soon. The pre-orders were done with in September, and we will actually have some extras on the site. I'm going to show you one, but I'm not going to talk too much about it or show you the handle because it's a prototype. But they're tiny. But Adrian had redesigned the Daijin Onis to a more modern shape, I like to call it, because they're, I almost cut myself there. They have a little bit more jimping, and they each have now kind of a spidey hole on them. So, you know, the dual opening style, the front flip and the hole. I'm gonna hide the handle again because
it will blur it if it will blur it for you.
So those will be out soon. There's 4 blade shapes. We will post them later on what their names are because I forgot what they are.
There's gonna be a lot of going back in this video, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I see one more knife over there. What's going on with that?
So this is actually my personal one. It is the original Yokai.
Oh, that's cool.
But this was done by Hans Klein. He does custom work, so he re-anodized the black titanium head to kind of I call it the Spartan bronze.
Yep. Yeah.
And then he redid the coating on here. This was a satin finish, so now it's kind of like a darker stone wash to it. And then they originally just had the marble carbon fiber in it.
I like that.
And the steel is M390 on that one.
Nice.
So the reason I brought this guy is we have another pre-order going on right now, which will end pretty soon. It's 8 different models playing off of the Blade West releases, the Cerberus, the Yokai, the Banshee, and the Wendigo, which we had the Stormtrooper variants and the Vaders, which sold out like crazy. But then he brought them back, and then we upgraded the steel. Well, he upgraded the steel and the handle material, and then also made 4 new blade shapes on top of the other 4. So,
do you by any chance know what finish is on that blade? It almost looks like an orange peel type of finish.
Yeah,
it's
so
really neat.
he does this amazing work. He did 2 of them. He did one for Adrian and one for me. Adrian has the Basilisk. I don't know what the exact finish is, but when he showed me, I was just like, dude.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like
all
that.
the high spots, like you can still see all the high spots on the grind. Like that looks so cool. I really,
he does
really
amazing
like this
work.
one.
I took that to Blade West, and everybody's like, "Is that for sale?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you're walking on a show like that. It's like a gun show where they're like, "Hey, boss, is that for sale?" Everything's for sale at the right price.
Right.
DM him on Instagram. And what you got in the red case there?
So, let me show that last.
Okay, yeah, that's.
So excuse the big fancy case. This is kind of my media pack. So these will be sent out to YouTubers. These are my 3 knives that I have personally designed. I don't personally make them though because I'm not that skilled yet. Keyword is yet.
There we go.
First one is the Grizzlar. This was my first ever design. It's a more EDC friendly yet very tactical looking knife.
Yeah.
It is a hollow grind with a flat front, so it's a compound grind. Dual jimping for your usual grip and then also more delicatesse.
I like that.
G10 that's milled out. So it has a rough texture to it, but it's not overly rough where it's going to cut your hand.
Yeah.
Massive lanyard hole, so you can actually put 550 paracord in it.
Yeah.
And then we put screws in it so you can swap these out. We will have like fancy other scales later on, but to start out with, we're just going to do G10 for now. This prototype is in D2, however, the production is going to be MagnaCut and Nitro V.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
That's impressive.
Let's say
And
that
then
again for the people.
MagnaCut.
The real knife will be in MagnaCut.
And then they will all come with a very secured and very functional Kydex sheath.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
so that. And then we'll move to the red case now. So we have the pre-orders going on my website, tactical-everyday-dad.com. For those guys, they're going for $245 right now, but after the pre-order, they're $270.
Yeah.
And it's $245 for MagnaCut, so I
That's
don't know-
pretty solid.
I don't know what everybody's waiting for. And then the Nitro V, if you don't want to fork up that much, it's $210 for the Nitro V.
Nitro V I like still though.
And then the red case, so each month, starting with January until probably the end of my time, we will be doing 10 count sprint runs.
Nice.
And They will never be made in that configuration ever again.
Great idea.
This is January's. This is still a prototype. The full ones will be here next week.
Perfect. Which, when you're watching it, is probably this week.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So you'll get the nice American-made case. It's made
cool.
by
Oh wow, so
Seahorse.
it's the whole package.
Yep. So
That's
you
pretty
get
cool.
this actual hard case, and there's a key that you can actually lock this. So if you drop this, it won't bust open.
That's sweet.
And then you open it back up, and there's actually even a pressure gauge here. I shipped it to a YouTuber, and he was like, Peter of Therapeutic Edge, open
Nice.
it, and it went.
Yep.
That's cool.
So when this ships to you, it'll do the same thing because everything goes by air now, or ground still. But so you get that. If you guys are lucky enough to get one of the 10, look underneath the foam. You'll also get exclusive stickers.
Nice.
7 of them.
That's
But
cool.
only you will get it because you have a sprint run.
That's really cool. I dig that.
And all the sprint runs will come with a more unique Kydex. So how do you say, is it Cryptek or Crytek? Because
I've
somebody
always-
yelled at
Cryptek.
I've
Right.
always said Cryptek.
Yeah, so that's what I said, Cryptek, and somebody yelled at me for saying that. They're like, you're wrong.
Well, I always
We'll have
thought
to ask
Crytek was like the guys. Cry is the people who make like multicam.
Right.
You know. So
Yeah.
I've always said Cryptek to set it apart because it's a different company. You know.
So you'll get a different, from the black or OD green or anything solid. I've seen like different maps. I've seen like cartoon characters on here.
That's
so
sweet.
you're gonna get kind of a different Kydex, still with the soft loop. This one is S45 VN.
Nice.
You get the black and red Mil G10, and then there's also red liners.
So I noticed that the red G10 pretty much matches the case. Are your cases going to be different with each run?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So I already have the February ones almost done as well. And those I call it the Windsor edition or the Elsa edition.
Nice.
So the case is actually a see-through for ice.
Oh, that's
That's cool.
So
legit.
yep, it's see-through. The knife itself will be kind of a very, 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 very light finish, almost like this.
Okay.
And then the handles are black and gray.
Okay.
And then it's gonna have white liners, and it's gonna be
Fantastic.
It's gonna be S45 as well. But these two will be S45 going forward. I'll switch, 3V, M4. It's just depending on what month, it's gonna be a different flavor.
So this one's January?
This one's yes, January. Yep.
Awesome.
This one is even nicer finish than the prototype,
Yes.
obviously. But
Yeah.
but like obviously it is, but like it's way nice. Like the jimping is so sharp.
And if you can compare it, you can actually see the grind lines in the production one, with that compound and
Yes.
the nice curvature you always see in the compounds. It comes out pretty well.
It looks
Who's the
really
maker on
really
these?
good.
So this is made by Hephaestus Machine Works out of Anaheim, California.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep.
Very good.
And they're great dudes. I met them at Blade West through a couple other guys. So Chris of Service Knives was there with Artisan Cutlery.
Yeah.
And he's the one that kind of introduced me to them. And then I met Chris through Dylan Mallory, which I actually have one of his knives here. We'll
Somewhere.
We'll show that later. But yes, so
nice.
it's the community is awesome. All you have to do is just ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to ask. The worst you're gonna get is a no. Luckily, I got a whole bunch of yeses.
Yeah.
So-
It's fantastic.
This jimping too is sharp in it. It's not a bad sharp, it's a good sharp.
It's
and
just,
you
grippy.
stick there.
Yeah. I really dig that. I love the idea of doing the sprints. That's fantastic.
I think it's really cool that all of it's thought out from the G10 to the case to the every month's different and
Yep.
the stickers underneath. Like, I like it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Yeah, and then kind of the design cues. I wanted to make these multifunctional.
Yeah.
So if you see this, it's tiny, where it's 3.25 inches in the blade, but it's 0.18 thick.
Yeah.
So we've used these to pry open doors. You just
Yeah.
shove it in, and you can pry a car door open if you get in an emergency situation. It looks very, very tactical, but at the same time, you can use it for everyday tasks like cutting letters open, food prepping, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very usable piece. Anthony, I like it. What else
you.
you got over there, my friend?
Thank you. All right, so the next one is called the Kerr mode. If you haven't noticed, it's all going to be bear names.
Yeah,
because
I like that.
Tactical Every Dad is Ted, so AKA Bears. So this one, well, we'll show you this other side later, is handmade by Daniel Zugi. I always want to make sure I pronounce his last name right. Out of Sheboygan, Michigan. I love
Nice.
the name Sheboygan.
Yeah, it just rolls off the
I
tongue.
remember like growing up, you always hear it in movies, but I'm like, wait, it's in my state. Because I'm originally Floridian, not a Michigander, so.
He's a transplant.
So these are complete 100% handmade. He cuts
Wow.
the steel, he grinds it, he finishes it, he sharpens it, he makes the handles. This one is in MagnaCut. Woo! And there's only 15 of these made. It's a
Wow.
burlap black micarta with brass pins and the lanyard hole again, and it's still big enough for 550 paracord.
Awesome.
Again, a design cue that I like to stick to is the double jimping, just because you have the finer task, like cutting some fruit or veggies in the kitchen, and then also more of a normal grip for you. And then, as you see, this is more of a neutral handle, which I want to make sure everybody can hold, because I also wanted to make these knives for the ladies as well.
Sure.
Actually, on both of these, my wife helped me design them with the handles, because I always use her as a model for the hands. She's 5 foot nothing, so her hands are tiny. I want to make sure she can hold it, and at the same time, I can hold it with 4 fingers.
Yeah.
So.
That's a great idea, because a lot of times you see custom knife makers and small batch stuff where you can tell how big the guy's hand is when you get the knife in the mail. You're like, oh wait, yeah, he wears a size medium glove and I'm an XL, or he's an XL and I'm a size medium. So that's a great idea to have 2 people involved in that.
And this is kind of more of a bushcrafting knife. Kind of stick with the Michigan kind of outdoors, but at the same time you can use it for multiple things. And as you already saw, most of my knives will be Tonto, Eastern style, however. But with this, there's actually a kind of chisel grind in the front, so you can use this to kind of get like stickers out or something you might need.
It's a great idea.
And then it's a full flat with a convex grind. Whoa. So it's very slicey, however, tough as nails. Because if you're batoning with it, I don't know why you would baton with this, but you can. I've seen people do it.
Riley's the one who do it.
I whip out my hatchet for that one, but you can baton with this, and you won't have to worry about the edge. You can do some crazy stuff and not to worry whatsoever.
Wow. That seems like this one's up your. Yeah, I was about to say that is a Riley knife.
And then so with the micarta, it's still kind of your everyday EDC knife. I wanted to support guys like Riley, who is a more outdoorsman. So we went with maple burl.
Wow.
With a leather
that's
sheath
your knife.
instead of a Kydex. The production won't be this fancy Kydex; it'll still be the black Kydex for the production.
Wow.
Oh
I love
man,
the contour.
That's
Both
wicked.
Of them, but and this one is also in magnet.
Yes, sir. And also, again, only 15 of those will be made. They're on pre-order right now. This guy is flying like crazy, so if you want one of the maple ones, please jump on there and grab one before they're gone. The micartas we still have a handful of.
All right. What was MSRP on this?
So this guy's me $285, and the micarta is $275. And then I forgot to mention earlier, the sprint runs are $280 every single month, but it's a little bit more just because you get the case, the additional stickers, and way more premium. Like for Blade Show, I'm gonna have my own special one. I might have to ask you guys to make the handle material for me.
All right, all right. So, are you going to be setting up a booth at Blade?
So right now we're kind of weighing out the pros and cons of being in table, just because I am a little bit newer. I literally just started a month ago, and is it worth me going out there? At the same time, I would normally be out there anyway because of Dan Designs.
Yes.
However, I kind of want to start getting more exposure and showing my knives, and Adrian said, go ahead and do it at mine, but I want to respect Blade Show's rules and not, have 2 people at one. So I'm a nice guy. So I want to follow the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so most likely, it's weighing more towards a yes to having a table there.
Fantastic. I do like the fact that, because obviously this was made by the gentleman in Sheboygan.
Yes.
These ones are made by the people over in California. It's cool because you get your design on both, obviously, so it has your design cues, your features, but the feeling is completely different. You're getting 2 distinct knives. It's almost like, not to compare it to something really production, but like it's almost like when you get a Spyderco from the Taichung factory and when you get one from Colorado, same kind of designers, same this, that, and the other, same locking mechanism, but completely different feeling knives.
And this print run doesn't have the markings on there.
Yes.
This was expedited, but you'll have each one be numbered for you as well, 1 of 10. With the blade steel and of course the teddy bear logo.
How much use do you have on MagnaCut? Are you a fan?
I'm a huge fan of it, just because of everybody being afraid of it being hard to resharpen. It's not. But at the same time, I haven't had to touch it up really. We'll strap it here and there, just to kind of make it a little bit more finer. But I've chopped stuff with that. I've done stuff with branches in the backyard, and just to test like the edge retention and stuff, and the toughness of it. As you see, nothing's going on.
Yeah, it's holding up great.
I sent one out to Peter, Therapeutic Edge, his channel. He took it out to the mountains in California.
Fantastic.
And did like every single task you can imagine about backpacking.
That's fantastic. And obviously wildly corrosion resistant.
Yes.
Which is huge. Like, I know that's the point. Like when I say that, people are gonna be like, yeah, no shit, that's the point of MagnaCut is to be tough and to have good corrosion resistance. But I don't know if you've seen this, but Spyderco's throwing MagnaCut in the Native 5 lightweight salt.
I saw that.
Which that
Like,
means
that's being bold.
Yes,
because-
exactly.
Yeah.
Big time.
So that means they think it is very corrosion resistant, and I can't opine on that yet, but I trust Anthony's judgment on that. I trust Peter's judgment on that. That is really, really cool.
Oh, what CPM told us was it's the same corrosion as S45 VN's resistance.
Okay.
But the toughness of M4.
Yeah, that's insane.
So-
That's insane.
Yeah.
Shout out Laren Thomas.
Hey.
Yeah, you did something here, man. And what you got? What's the big boy?
And
over there?
last but not least, because I have probably 14 more knives coming out, is the big guy. This is the Kodiak.
Whoa.
It's actually not the biggest bear on the planet. It's actually the polar bear.
Okay.
And
So there's more room to expand from here.
yes. So this is the Kodiak. It's a massive 5-inch blade. However, it's 2 inches wide, and again, 0.18 thick. So that's the funny part is these are the same thickness,
Yeah.
but look how tiny it is.
Yep.
So
It
again,
shows how strong that's gonna
yes.
be.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And then this guy, of course, is made by one of your favorite makers.
Stroop knives.
Yes.
I
I was literally about to say that. It looks like one.
One thing about Stroop knives is that's another thing. You set a bunch of fixed blades on a table, you can pick them out. Of
Yes.
Anyone. They're just super distinct. And getting this one in your hand, like it looks like an absolute chunk.
Yes.
When you just look at it. But you get it in your hand and it just feels so good. The handle contour, everything's perfect on it. The size of it, I really dig this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's really, really nice. I like that we still got the Stroop Knives logo down
Yes,
here
yep.
on the bottom here. And they're out of one of the Carolinas, right?
North Carolina. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Very close
so-
to Fort Bragg. So.
And it's veteran owned.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
an Army combat veteran.
Yeah,
Family owned as
fantastic.
well. Most of the people that work there are his family members or close friends.
Fantastic.
What
Yeah.
steel is on that?
So again, that one is $10.95.
Yep, that's the
Just
Stroop
because for that monster of a workhorse, we wanted something that was, of course, it's not gonna be corrosion resistant, but every hard use outdoor knife there is that's worth a damn
thing. Yep.
is $10.95.
Yep.
SE, you have
Makes it more
K-bar.
affordable too.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because to make a knife that big and that thick, and buying the steel for it is not cheap. So.
No, it is not. Yeah, that's a big piece of steel. And what do they do? Acid wash and stone
Yes.
and stone wash.
Stone tumble. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why you get that awesome dark stone wash look on there. It's a Stroop. It's going to hold up. They make great stuff.
And then we also did the compound grind in there, hollow grind again.
I
with
love
flat in the
that.
front.
You never see compound grind on something this big.
No. So the reason behind that is, again, multifunctional. You want to be able to use your outdoor knife in your home as well. So you can still slice, you can still cut boxes, you can still do stuff that require more of a thinner blade profile.
Yeah. Still a very usable tip on there for
Absolutely.
doing fine stuff.
Now,
Yeah.
is that a prototype or is that production or how can people
So
get these?
all these are prototypes except for this guy right here. These will actually drop, once this video drop, probably the same week. The other 3 are all prototypes right now and on pre-order until January 29th. And then we start production, which will last until around May. However, with the Hephaestus knives and the Kermodes, these will be actually made sporadically. So instead of waiting for the whole batch to be done, we'll actually make, say, like 20 here, 20 here, 20 here.
Yeah.
So if you're one of the first ones to order, you'll be one of the first ones to get it.
Fantastic. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I really like
digging
that.
this model.
I could tell it was made by Stroop just by the sheath on that thing.
So people keep asking me for a bigger one. I'm gonna do a 9-inch one.
Is that the polar bear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be-
9-inch polar bear, and then we're probably gonna do 3V.
Oh, that's legit.
Yes.
That's legit.
But I was thinking about MagnaCut too.
Well, when the polar bears go in production, you got to let me know on the list for that.
I'm just gonna send you one for your birthday because that's probably when they're gonna come out.
Dad. What was that? Were you filming? Yeah, we're filming. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Leave it in. Leave it in. That's hilarious.
All right, don't talk over there. You got it?
They're eating anyway.
But when that polar bear comes out, you'll have to let me know and get me on the list because that's gonna be insane.
Yeah, that's a big
It
Riley
might be a
knife.
birthday present, you know.
Oh, that's pretty
'Cause
huge.
your birthday's in November, and that's probably when it's gonna come out. Just because this is a big knife already, and I don't know how many guys out there are gonna carry it. Who's gonna carry a 9-inch? Well, you will.
Yeah,
I'll,
Riley will.
I'll even test it for you. I'll
Yeah.
put it through all the tests.
But
Yeah.
we're gonna come out with a little bit more EDC friendly knives, a little bit more affordable knives. I'm just gonna kind of tone down the stuff a little bit, just get more hands on the stuff, as well as a folder.
Oh,
Ooh, something to look forward to.
Yes,
there.
Fantastic.
that one is because I'm not that familiar with folders yet, design wise.
Yeah.
Fixed blades is easy. It's a slab of metal. You shape it.
Yeah.
You put a handle on it.
A little bit more to
A
that.
little bit more than that. Yes, I'm trying to stay humble because I'm that kind of guy. But it's not too hard. But folders it's kind of a new art form, and I still haven't got quite all the kinks worked out. But we're looking for one pretty soon.
Awesome. Well, Anthony, I appreciate you bringing out all this stuff. Super cool to see what you've been designing and who you've been working with. I love it. We'll do another video once the studio's here
Yeah.
on your full collection.
Cool.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they'd like to see
Cool.
that because you got a lot of cool stuff.
absolutely.
OTFs.
Yeah, a lot of OTS. Big out the front guy.
Yep. That's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
See you guys.